gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls, and as always, otakus and inkikomori's out there's the one, the only, of course, Mr. Nintendo Sony Free 2011, aka Mini Wolverine, and of course, you guys know the rest of intros, naturals, horrors, this channel, all the other stuff. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all the other good social media sites and stuff like that. So today, or actually a day ago, I heard about this from my boy. Shout out to Tokyo Source. I'll leave the link to his video in the description box below. I think it was about 3 or 4 days ago. A little bit of extra updates about Broly actually having a little bit of a different change in his skin features. Not his skin features, but more like his shape of his face. So if we had good news from New York Comic Con on what's going on in the upcoming feature film, Dragon Ball Super Broly. And this was on October 5th, so this is almost like 2 weeks ago. The other one's a lot more recent. This is literally only 16 hours ago, the other one. This one's a little bit older, so I'm only going to read half of the articles. This is really long as fuck. And there's always a lot of issues with Den of Geek for some reason. I don't know if it's my computer or their server or whatever, wherever they're getting their fucking feed from. I don't know. Or their internet, provider, ISP. I don't know what it is. So this is from Alec Bojalad. Bojanglad or Bojagalad, however you say that last name. It says Dragon Ball's popularity has entered a golden age where it's arguably as embraced, if not even more so, than during the height of its popularity back in the early 2000s. Well, actually, I gotta make a correction there. They have to make a correction there because it was actually 1995 or 96. I think on one of those 2 times because I remember I was a 90s kid when this shit was really fucking big at the time. Even before I was born, I think it was 1986 or 87. Maybe 88, before I was alive, is when the original Dragon Ball series, when it was just the little kid version of Goku and little kid version of Bulma and Yamcha, when they're all the child version, they're all fighting the Red Ribbon Army. That's even older than I am. That tells you how big of a legacy the Dragon Ball series has always been. So they made a little bit of an error mistake over there, Den of Geek. I'm just saying. I think it was like 95 or 96 when it was released, because I was about 6 or 7. When I got really, really popular in Tsunami back in the day. I'm pretty sure it was probably 96, so I was about 7. So see, the fandom doesn't just restrict itself to the anime. With the new video games like Dragon Ball FighterZ bringing its huge crowds, the series has found an incredible second life via its latest chapter, Dragon Ball Super, which is currently one of the latest draws in Adult Swim's Tsunami lineup. Which is currently Dragon Ball Super's English dub series is still going strong in Tsunami, even though the series is wrapped up in Japan, which I already watched all the other shit from Japan. I'm not surprised. In North America, Oh, I went too far. Hold on. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The series' first film, Dragon Ball Super Broly, is one of the most only months away from premiering from both in Japan and North America. Up until this point, there have been brief hints about the film's content, like how it would canonically, I've never heard of that word. I think it just means canon. Canonically, I think that's what it is. Introduce the popular character, Broly, into the series, while also the explorer of the history of the Saiyans race as well as their relationship with Frieza. The Dragon Ball Super Broly panel at the New York Comic Con dropped a lengthier second trailer for the film that greatly expanded the movie's subject matter. The trailer indicates that the film will basically operate as a Broly origin story where he is the main character more so than Goku or Vegeta. It appears that a good portion of the movie will take place in the past during Broly's infancy. Scenes depict conflict between a menacing Lord Frieza and King Vegeta, as well as a glimpse of the Ginyu Force and the Prime Network. Furthermore, it looks like the Dragon Ball Super Broly may rewrite Goku's exodus from Planet Vegeta, as the movie also shows Bardock and his wife peacefully sending Goku to Earth, while the planet far from destruction. It's satisfying to see that this movie is putting in its proper work to make its villain feel more powerful, but it's a welcome bonus that Broly's history happens to involve this walk down memory lane with so many fallen characters. The trailer also shows Broly getting sent off to Earth on a space pod, not unlike Goku, and the idea that he experienced the same kind of parallel upbringing as the Dragon Ball's heroes is a great angle to spin off this character. This look at Broly's past culminates him with him encountering Goku and Vegeta in the present, which everyone on the show staff promises that the rival Goku's final battle trailer with Jiren in the Tournament of Power. A quick shot of this trailer of the two fighters coming into contact with each other could very well be signaling the return of the fusion form of Gogeta, maybe even in a Super Saiyan Blue form. They actually should have meant Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct. There's a lot of oh man, and they call themselves Den of Geek and they're supposed to know everything about comics and freaking anime and all that. They fucked up a little bit here. I'm sorry. Whoever was the writer here, Daniel Berjoka, you messed up, my friend. I'm sorry. You fucked up a few times. I know I do too, but not that many times. And I'm going to probably stop it here. Just probably stuff on the bottom that you could read as well. I don't know if it's Dragon Ball Z related or not, or Dragon Ball Super related. So it says, Dragon Ball Super Broly comes out in theaters on December 14th in Japan, but with the series' massive presence overseas, North American fans won't have time to wait much longer. The 100-minute film will hit select theaters in the United States and Canada on January 16th, in both subbed and dubbed forms. But with the recent success for Funimation saw with their limited release of My Hero Academia's feature film, it may end up sticking around longer than anticipated. As more details on the Dragon Ball Super Broly develops, we will be sure to keep you up to date on the action-packed news. And then there's another second article here. I'm going to be reading that. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I actually wasn't pissed the hell off like some people were. They ruffled their jimmies, ruffled their feathers a little fucking bit. Are way more hardcore Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super fans than I am, especially with Broly fans. I wasn't the biggest Broly fan, but I thought he was an alright character. He was cool. He was a decent, okay character. He wasn't the best for me. He was a lot better compared to the one that's all gooey and mucky looking, mega version of Broly, or evil X Broly. So this one comes from 16 hours ago. It's really, really short. Karen S. And the video editor was, I'm not even going to pronounce that name. I don't pronounce his last name. Shaglar. With December 14th, the day of the official release of Dragon Ball Super Broly's in the halls approaching, the fans begin to feel tension correctly. I thought it was a trailer of the image of Broly that has circulated in the last hours, triggering the disconnect and fears of the fans. In fact, the style does not seem to correspond with its estimated ones. The last few weeks for the fans of the world created by Akira Toriyama have been marketed by a continuous circle of the images and the information regarding the new upcoming film titled Dragon Ball Super Broly. The characters. I'm probably only going to read this part because it's going to be a lot fucking longer, because I've seen this part in the bottom. It's super lengthy as shit. So I'll leave the link to that little video. It explains it a lot better than I do. It says, in fact, the film promises to completely rewrite one of the characters that with the passage of time have become more appreciated by fans, even if it's not canonical. Excuse me. Broly video, in fact, has never been technically part of the official story, which will not be true for a long time, since the film will canonically to its history. The villain will be a completely different new character with renewed motivations and backgrounds, which promises to be a threat of it and even worse than it was in the past. Because if any people have ever seen the original Broly movie, the only reason why Broly really hated the shit out of Goku and he wanted to just kill him in cold blood is because he used to wake him up when every time they were doing experiments on Planet Vegeta, the future Saiyans, when they were all babies. I think that's the reason why Broly really, really hated Goku to the point he really just wanted to kill him immediately. He always used to go, Kakarot, I will kill you. He really, really hated him a lot more than he thought. It's crazy. This says, however, fans still expect that Broly corresponds to certain canons. First of all, aesthetics. For this reason, an image circulated on Twitter pages in the past few hours has caused not a little worry and just as much anger among the fans. In this frame, part of the promotional spots, Broly appears with an unnatural and large neck. The muscles that are swollen and defined as never before. These are typically characteristics of the animated series, but not of the new interpretation of I'm probably gonna butcher his name really bad. It's in Japanese. Naruhiro Shitani is giving to the film, to which the fans have reacted very well. For all of those who are worried about this sudden change of style, it seems that there is nothing to worry about, as the image would seem to come from a commercial used to promote, quote, Dragon Ball Super Dragon Ball Heroes overseas, unquote, and therefore should not reflect from the final appearance of the Saiyans of the films. Take a look and tell us what you think. And then there's like a little picture of here in the bottom. Isn't that the one that had Trunks and Mai, and they're both like boyfriend and girlfriend in that series, and they gotta like save the universe from like this evil like Supreme Lord Kai? That he doesn't control the Kais, but he's like an evil supervillain version of that. He's like the evil like antagonist that tries to kill Trunks and tries to kill Goku. And there's like an evil version of Goku, not Goku Black. That's like another Supreme Kai leader that takes over Goku's body, but like it's a completely different character, like in all. Oh, so this is the one that's supposed to show. I don't think he looks that bad. To be honest, totally 110% honest with you, he looks a lot better. This is literally a fucking upgraded version of Broly. I like this one more than the classic one. The classic, like, natural one, I wasn't really a big fan of, but, like, the big super buff, mega, like, green energy blast that he did from, like, his hands, and then the ones he did from his mouth. I'm going to miss that one a little bit, because he's probably not going to look like that anymore. Then again, what you got to put into consideration, another overall thoughts, views, and opinions, you got to like understand, if any guys were from the 90s at the time, if you were born and raised in the 90s, a lot of animation, especially with anime, it was a little bit choppy. It didn't age very well. Like older stuff that I even loved, like how Inuyasha was made, how Yu Yu Hakusho, Tenchi Muyo, Outlaw Star, Fist of the North Star. What else was out there was really, really big? Ramana. A lot of these really, really old school anime, some of them didn't age that well. They had like these weird squiggly lines. Like if any of you guys remember, were born here in the U.S. or even Canada, if any people watched Cartoon Network back in the days, like Etta and Eddie, they always had those real weird ass squiggly lines on the edge of the characters, which is kind of weird. But technology was a little bit more primitive at the time in the 90s. You know, they couldn't have like a lot of special CGI effects like you could do nowadays. So that wasn't until about I think 2006 or 2007. And as time progressed more, I started looking at it in 2012. Ever since then, for the past several fucking years, if not more, it's grown to be a lot more technology in like the animation, especially with anime and manga series out there for Japan. It's a billion times better, and it's a lot less choppy. There's one or two little hiccups here and there when it comes to CGI. If you use too much of it, it looks super fake. But if you use just the right amount of it, especially for anime hand-drawn series, you only use it like a few times. If any of you guys remember Ghost in the Shell or like Sword Art Online, then it looks really, really fucking good. It looks lit. It looks very, very perfectionate. It looks like a lot of blood, sweat, and tears came with this hard working of the staff developers and a lot of the manga artists and a lot of the professional animators for the anime series. And this movie is going to be amazing. And that's it. That's all I got to say about it. I'm done. Links to the description box down below to the video and both of these articles. You want to read them all the way for your own, and I'm out. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls. And of course, as always, tacos and Nikki commodities out there. I will see you when I see you guys. Good day, have a good night, wherever you are in the world out there. I'm just moving at the same time, don't anything reckless. Stay tuned for more future article session reviews, including video game industry news, anime manga news, internet news, and that wraps it up. Take it easy, stay safe, peace out. I am out like sauerkraut. Late and goodbye. We'll see you on the flip side. Take it easy. I'm gone. I'm out. Later. See you guys soon. I'm gone. And yeah, stay tuned for more future content and videos on this channel. Later.